Well, hi guys, welcome back to another Yonder Mountain adventure. I've been on a 3-day mission. This is day 3. The last video, hopefully you saw that was down at Glencoe. What a fantastic pitch that was, but it was biblical weather. If you haven't seen that one, I'll put a card in the corner. Go and have a look at it. What a night that was, testing out the Nightcat. Last night, I ended up going over to Isle of Skye, and I had a fantastic night over on the northwest coast of Isle of Skye, up towards Kilmuir and Duntown Castle, and I found myself a perfect pitch, but it was quite late by the time that I got there, so I didn't end up doing a video on that one. However, I've got the ferry back over from Armadale, and it's been such a beautiful day. £13.85 on the ferry, absolutely mint. Got into Mallaig, and the intention was I was going to go down Arasaig for a beach camp, but it was absolutely rammed. Everybody and their granny was there. So I've ended up coming to an old favourite haunt here. This is Glencoe. The glen is absolutely beautiful. We've still got some sunshine. It's about 7 o'clock at night, so I'm late to the party really. But this unorganised pile of what looks like, rubbish within a jiffy is going to be the most idyllic camping spot. It's so busy down here. I've just spent about an hour traipsing up and down looking for a perfect spot, and I got my eye on this and I thought, right, I'm going to go for it. So we're testing out the DECATHLON MH100 3-person tent. The first video last week's was testing out the Nightcat, and this one is testing out on an overnighter, the MH100. So enough blethering from me. Let's get this thing popped up. Well, it's not a pop-up, but you know what I mean. And let's get this resembling some kind of camp. Fantastic. Right, let's get the show on the road. I slept in this last night, actually, on the Isle of Skye. And it was a very calm night. Tonight's a little bit different. Poles, outer and inner wrapped up. This is a waterproof bag. I have done a review video on this. I'll put a card in as well for that one so you can see it. What I particularly like is all your pegs tucked away in this nice little peg bag. Great. So let's get this let's get it up. Well, there we go. How quick and easy was that? And that is absolutely rock solid. These Decathlon tents, I have done a review. This isn't a review, this is a camping video. But the quality, this storm shield is just rock solid. And the Velcro, I don't know if you can see there or hear it, that's rock solid, really good. Real time, that took under 5 minutes. Right, the familiar routine of loading this thing up. There are drawback cords for it, but I like just tucking it in there. Right, let's start loading this thing up. Do you know, one of the big things, just to make life so much easier, zips are absolutely class. Right, electricals bag, let's keep it in the front. Whoa. Drone, I'll try and get some good shots for you later on before the sun goes down. Cooking gear and power bank in the vestibule. Actually, I've got a handy little dip there for the, gives it a little bit more space, so that's good. Firebox and cup, that can go outside, that can go inside. Pillar, get up. This is the beauty. Sleeping bag in. Basically, I'm just launching things in, and then we'll get inside and sort it all out and go inside. It gives you an idea of the size, doesn't it? Just put that there for the time being, and then we'll figure out where we're going to orient our seating arrangement. Plenty of water. Fantastic. Looking like a campsite already. Right, let's get the foil mat in. Bags of room in here, man. Bags of room. Right, I'm just going to blow up the pump and get my sleeping mat in. And all I need to do is put the sleeping bag on top. I've got my pillow, we're sorted. I've got the freezer box, it's full of ice. And I've got 4 tins of lager, basically. Fantastic. Incidentally guys, this is my drone. It's the DJI Mavic Mini 2 or Mavic 2 4K camera. I've used this a lot. It's very, very small and I get some good footage. Let's go and launch it. Well, while that's been flying around, I've just getting a few other bits and bobs out of the car, which is just there. This is another nice, easy one. The scenery's fantastic. The glen that we're in here, Glencoe, incredible. And I've got a can of Angelo Poretti, ice cold. Oh, what a sound that is. Cheers, guys. I deserve this. Oh, hey, that is lovely. Once you've got everything set up, well, there's a little bit of hard work involved. Actually, this isn't hard work. I cannot say it's hard work. You know, working on a building site's hard work. Setting up a tent in a beautiful place is not hard work. Hey God, but it felt a little bit like hard work. So I've been on the road quite a bit. But once you're pitched up and you finally sit down, it's just that, like, oh, what a sense of, like, just total, not necessarily relief, but the prescription nature just kicks in. And I'm just soaking up the sound of the river. Look, watching the river. This is the River Ettriff. Just gently bimble its way along there. Watching the ferns here just wave in the wind. You know, some of the wild flowers around us. And just watching the clouds gently move across the mountains. Absolutely, the past 3 days, not a thing on my mind. Absolutely incredible. You know, you get the sense of protection being nestled away in the glen with mountains either side. Over to the left, we've got the mighty Bugle with Stub Gerard as the primary summit. And from where I'm sitting here, I actually see Crowbury Tower. And we've got all the rest of the mountain range around we're here, and it's just absolutely fantastic. Like I said earlier, I've just come back from yesterday and last night. I was on Skye. I did a good bit mooching around. Went all around, really. Camped at the northwest end of the island. It was a lovely sunset. And then this morning, after a fantastic night's sleep, incidentally, in the Decathlon, head further around the north and then came back down the east past Old Manor Store and the Quarren, Staffin Island, and then back down to Broadford. And then I got the ferry from Armadale across to Mallaig. And the crossing itself was absolutely fine. It was the ferry itself was rammed. lots of Americans, lots of French. And the whole area is actually a lot busier than what it normally is. I know it's summer like. But still, what I've been able to do is maximise me 3 days off. This is a kind of a 4.5 hour drive to get here to Glencoe. And I know I went to Isle of Skye and around that way, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Talk about just relaxation and just taking it easy. You know, everyone has the ebbs and flows, don't they? And we've got this cost of living crisis going on here in the UK, and it's really getting people down. I work in finance, and I deal with people's mortgages, and I specialise in vulnerability and mental health and well-being as well. And people are really feeling the pain of this now, and it's even more important to get out and do stuff like this. Now this tent, I don't know if I've mentioned it, $39.99. I mean, you just don't have to spend £1,000 on a Hillyberg. $39.99, and I'm telling you, this thing is absolutely bomb-proof. It's mint. Believe it or not, it's quite windy here down in the Glen. Regardless of what the weather forecast is, it's always quite blowy. $39.99. The rest of the kit's not expensive. Chair here, $13.99. 4 tins, $4.99. We're on a budget, guys. We're on a budget. Prescription nature doesn't have to cost a lot. Right, I'm going to stop blethering, and why don't I show you the food situation tonight? Let's have a look. Right, guys, I'm going handheld for this. First things first. Other supermarkets are available, but plenty of water is a must. Like they say in Las Vegas, don't let dehydration ruin your vacation. So I ended up not having the chocolate mousse the other night, so I'm going to have that tonight. And I have got Wayfarers boiled in a bag, meatballs and pasta. I've got my usual heather tea. The other night I ended up having about 25 cups of that. It was a bit mental. Incidentally, guys, look at the space in there. Absolutely crazy. Plenty of storage in there as well. Vestibule, it's not massive, but it's certainly enough. And I've got a little bit of a divot here. I've got my firebox. I've got my Decathlon. This is fantastic. It's got measuring things on there. Great. And there's a little divot there as well. So I've got my firebox. I beg your pardon, my rocket. My Etna rocket in there as well. Wait, that looks like I'm tent bound for a while. Oh, I don't know if you can see this, but the wind has died down almost completely. And what that's meant is there's 1,000,001 flying, biting little, you know what, just been attacking us. There's dickheads, there's ticks, not that they fly, and 10 billion midges. They're here. I'm just looking at them there. They're desperately trying to get in to feast on me flesh. But thankfully the Decathlon has got such a tightly woven mesh that these blighters can't get in. So I'm taking respite in here. I'm enjoying another can of Angelo Peretti. And just from actually just stepping in mega quick, absolutely rammed with midges. It's mental. Bag crisps. Boom. It looks like this is the situation for the next however long it takes for the wind to get up again. But I suppose it's a good test because it means I can spend some time in here without being asleep, get a feel for the size. That's what she said. Did I happen to mention midges before? Oh my God. I've been tent bound for the past 2 and a bit hours. The midges in here are absolutely mental. The whole of the top of the tent is covered in midges. there's been swarms of them. You know, when you see them on the on like YouTube shorts and things like that, clouds of midges. Come to the Highlands, they say. Have a fantastic time, they say. Festooned with midges. It's been like that. It's been absolutely ballistic. I had to nip out. I thought I was going to get a fire on, but as soon as you go out, that's it. You're knackered. Anyway, £10. But the positives are, I've had a good couple of hours in here just to really kind of check out the tent and just chill out. I've still been able to see through the bug mesh. Actually, the bug mesh is really good because it's finely tuned enough that the midges kind of get in, yet I can still see out, and there's good airflow. There's no breeze, but every now and again you get a little bit of air movement, so that's good. Anyway, it's tea time. Tonight is Wayfarers meatballs and pasta. This is quite a good one. You get loads of meatballs, and I'm definitely going to have me chocolate mousse tonight as well. So I'm going to have these two right now. Incidentally, there's no reception down here in the glen neither, so it really has been very, very relaxing, just lying down. It's not often you get like a couple of hours just to lie down and just, you know, be alone with your thoughts and just kind of think things through and stuff like that. It's been kind of cool, actually, kind of cool indeed. So I'm gonna get this tea on the go. There's even a midge in my water. Oh my god! I'm gonna get me tea. And really, I'm gonna hit the hay, and then I'll see you guys in the morning. So I'm gonna say good night and God bless. And I'll catch you for coffee time in the morning. And fingers crossed, there's a little bit of a breeze, even if it's like 5 miles an hour, just to get rid of these midges, so I can get a little bit of time outside. That would be champion. Right. Good night. See you in the morning. Morning guys, this is a quick one. The midges are the worst I've ever seen. There's absolute clouds of them. I'm having to take the tent down in pieces and just rally them back to the car. Oh wow, it's unbelievable. The glen is looking fantastic, by the way. Oh. Right, I'm gonna have to go. I'll bring it back when I get to the car. Wow. Well guys, I said I was going to bring you back in at the car. I'm not in the car, and there's a perfectly good reason for that. The midgy situation was the worst I've ever seen. Out of all the years that I've been going up to the Highlands, I've never seen clouds of midges like that. It was absolutely unbearable. Basically the tent, I just kind of folded it in on itself and stuffed it in the car, and then made the 4.5 hour drive back down home. Now what I've done is, all I really could do as soon as I got back was get the tent in the back garden, and it was absolutely covered in midges. I'm talking about this white Decathlon tent was black. It's been out on the line and in the garden for 2 days, and I've only just put it away now, being able to get rid of most of the midges. But what I've got to say is, mind, if it wasn't for this tent with the very finely tuned woven bug net, that night would have been totally wrote off altogether. At least I was able to sit in there, look at the mountains, and actually the midges weren't getting in. But of course, as soon as you unzipped and you were out, that was it. You were absolutely knackered. You were terrorised by them. I don't know if you've experienced anything quite like that yourselves. If you have, let us know in the comments on how you dealt with it. But anybody down Glencoe of that night was just getting absolutely knackered with the midges. Horrendous. Anyway, the tent did very, very well. I was warm and comfortable. There wasn't any bad conditions, mind you. But that is one spacious tent. $39.99. I'm sure I mentioned it. So that's the second one of the videos now, where I'm comparing some budget gear. We did the nightcap one, the pop-up one, 80 quid. absolute belter. And the Decathlon one here, $39.99. The next video that I'm going to do, I'm going to make my mind up out of the two as to which I thought was the best. And the next video is going to be a Wildcamp video, probably with Dangerous Dan. You know, I'll go out in the one which I think is my favourite. So that's something to watch out for, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed the adventure. I hope the swarms of midges hadn't put you off any going up into the Highlands or even Northumberland for that matter. And I hope you managed to get out and do some wild camping yourself. You know exactly what's coming. As always, folks, forget about TV. I've got the TV on now, but I'm busy watching Graham Wilkinson. Absolute top bloke. If you haven't seen his channel, go and check him out. He's just done the coast to coast, so I'm watching a bit of Graham there at the minute. Hello, Graham. Forget about the news. Forget about TV, radio, newspapers, Facebook, all the doom and gloom, the scaremongering. It's just designed to bring you down. Mainstream media, forget about it. Get out and soak up some prescription nature. So on that note, folks, I look forward to catching you on the next Yonder Mountain adventure. Bye for now.